A presentation of
7. And the effort to Wild, giving the blue streak to 7-0. New streak today into new games. We've had monsoons both times, and the Marching Band hasn't been able to perform for us. So we're glad to present for your listening enjoyment the New Streak Marching Band. John Chambers, the head director. David Kennedy, assistant director and announcer. Mick Shaw, the assistant director in charge of the percussion section. 127 students in the band in grades 9 through 12. Head majorette, Heidi Brinkle. The band continues now with an up-tempo drill routine showcasing the marching maneuvers of the group. Soloists Brian Stevenson and Mike Moffat are featured as they perform the duet in the Spanish sounds of Corrado. Majorettes now rejoin the band to highlight a baton routine to the Jim Swearingen Latin rock composition. It's called Quisada. Quesada, the selection played by the Lake High School Marching Band. Maybe it's only poetic justice that after 2 monsoons that they were scheduled to play in and never had the chance up at the Lake Blue Streak Stadium, that they have perfect weather here tonight at Rubber Fife Stadium to perform for us here at halftime. The Division II Region 5 semifinal. Under the direction of John Chambers, the Lake High School Marching Band. We are at halftime, where the Blue Streaks lead the West Branch Warriors by a count of 7-0. Incidentally, the Lake Band has been selected to perform in the Walt Disney Electric Light Parade. That'll be down in Orlando, Florida on April 3rd, which will be over spring break. I know our statistician, Vic Steffen, who's a teacher up at Lake Middle School, is proud of the Lake High School Marching Band. We are at halftime. Once again, the score, Lake 7, West Branch 0.
If you are a Kane Toyota customer, here is a tip of our hat. People like you have played.
Getting ready to host this playoff game, getting ready for his own team to play tomorrow night against Massillon. Down to bone, Dan Brooks, our host here for the past 2 weekends. And Dan, we appreciate the hospitality. You always roll out the red carpet for us when we're here, whether it's a Camp McKinley game, a Canton-Timpkin game, or a high school football playoff game.
Well, Scott, we're really happy to have you, and we've had some good ball games, and we're great that you've been involved in them.
The field, my hat's off to the groundskeepers and everyone for all the rain and the number of football games that have been played on this field. It's held up very well, and in turn, that's allowed the bands to perform here tonight.
Yes, it has, and it's pretty solid yet, and as long as we don't get a real deluge in the second half, I think they'll be in good shape for a game next week. We do have a game next Saturday here, Division III semifinals, state semifinals.
It's interesting, the Lake fans, we talked about it last week, how they support their team, but you look to the far side, a lot of red over there. Steubenville certainly has a great following and a very loyal following.
Yes, Steubenville really does. They've usually pre-sold about 25 to 2,800 tickets each game they've played up here, and they did again the same this year, and they get a lot of Valley people that are coming up to see good football and represent their area.
You really had 3 classics on this field. 88 when Steubenville came from behind to beat Lake 17-14 on a field goal in the game's final seconds. And then last year, the big comeback from Big Red over North Canton Hoover, and one of the most exciting games we've ever seen. Some great Division II action right here on this field.
Yes, it really has been. We're fortunate. We have a fine facility, and the state of the Athletic Association is interested in playing a lot of games here, so we're happy about that.
When you think about the Big Three, that is Fawcett Stadium here, Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon, and the Akron Rubber Bowl. We're so fortunate to have 3 great facilities so close to each other, and I guess that's one reason that when Ohio Stadium was not available, the decision was made to bring the state finals up to the Stark and Summit County areas.
Yes, the Stark County Convention Bureau did a tremendous job in selling our area, and with our facilities, Massillon seating over 18,000 and us seating over 22, and the Rubber Bowl around 35. That surely is sufficient for the state playoffs. So we're really excited about that coming up in 2 weeks.
Well, Dan, I wanted to get you on the microphone here to again publicly thank you for all your cooperation, and we look forward to working with you during basketball season.
Okay, Scott, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Dan Brooks, our host here tonight at Fawcett Stadium. And now we go down to the field to pick up the halftime show by the Lake Marching Band under the direction of John Chambers. percussion instructor Mick Shaw with that last arrangement from Phantom of the Opera. Among those highlighted, Allison Young, Becky Basak, Jennifer Mesner, and Randy Blair. Now more from the Lake High School Marching Band. The group, the Lake High School Marching Band, under the direction of John Chambers, David Kennedy, and Mick Shaw. Now head majorette Heidi Brinkel, along with Tara Ackley, Denise Yerke, Rachel March, Amy Patterson, Janet St. Cyr, and Tammy Troyer are featured as they perform a baton routine to the Latin classic Brazil. Featured also senior trumpet soloist Brian Stevenson. goes rain or shine. The Lake High School Marching Band. The band has been selected to perform in the Walt Disney Electric Light Parade. And will be flying to Florida over spring break with a performance at Disney World scheduled for next April 3rd. Tom Candle rejoins me here. We're at halftime with the score 7-7. Both teams coming up on the field to warm up. And Tom, as we look at the first half, it was one that Lake really dominated, except for one big play, the 80-yard touchdown pass from Breida to Tillman. Yet we are tied at 7, and I'm assuming as we'll look at the halftime stats, courtesy of Vic Steffen, take away the 70 yards, and it reflects Lake's domination.
Oh, yeah, they were down there with under 50 yards of offense for the first half, and then they hit with that lightning bolt. But Lake has to play the second half very similar to the first. In other words, they dominated both sides of the line of scrimmage. They owned the scrimmage line. Most games are won right there. Lake's offense has been disappointing. They've had the ball inside the 30 about 4 times and didn't come out with anything. And they've got to stop these goofy 5-yard penalties that are killing themselves. They look, one big opportunity there, 4th and a half a foot, and they end up going back having to go 4th and 6. I just think that they need to eliminate those little mental mistakes. But I think that's caused a lot by both teams are head faking and fainting and falling down, and they're trying to influence the other. And just so many penalties, it's really disrupted both offenses.
It's like two fighters bobbing and weaving.
Speaking of weaving, this is one where Frank Leghart, our sideline camera, bobbed when he should have weaved. And there he has finally found his resting place. Those are his boots that are in the air.
We joke about it because fortunately Frank's okay, and I want here at Memorial Stadium in North Canton, and TC's down on the field to find out more.
And I have our host with the most, Joe Eaton, who never gets any better looking either. And Joe's got a special guest he wants to introduce, the man responsible for what we have going on here at Viking Stadium. Joe.
Tom, as you can see, we got a lot of things happening here at the stadium with the new track going in, a lot of reconstruction going on. And the gentleman I'm going to introduce here, Craig Kirkpatrick, Vice President of Hammond Construction, can tell you all about it.
Okay, Greg, tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what the immediate future holds.
Okay, this project's going to be done in 3 phases. Yet this fall, we're going to go ahead and finish this track. What we finished today was the first coat of asphalt. We're going to put another coat down, and then a polyurethane rubber surface will go on top of it. Once football season's over, we're going to finish stage 2, which is going to be the renovation of the existing locker room and expanding it and opening it up, putting in new restrooms. And the third and final phase, which will be completed next spring, will be the renovation of the east stands. They'll be putting a new press box over there and enlarging the visitors' locker facilities.
You're blessed with good weather to get started.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Weather's been real good so far this year. We've only really had 1 rain day. We're hoping that these next month's critical. We need to get the asphalt down, which shouldn't be too big a problem, but the rubber surface, when it goes down, we need good weather. We need no rain and a reasonable temperature.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Joe, as always, we're really happy to be up here. You're one of the best hosts we run across.
It's always a pleasure having you guys. This gentleman here was harassing us like crazy before the game, but he's like the Rodney Dangerfield of TV anymore. But
thanks, Joe, and back to Scott Davis.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We will pause and pick up the performance by the Lake High School Marching Band right after this. Direction of John Chambers, the assistant
director is David Kennedy,
and Mick Shaw, head majorette Tammy Troyer. And let's join the opening song, which is Payload. Well, the opening song that just finished, which is called Payload. So we'll get ready for song number 2 by the Lake Marching Band. The second selection is Savada by Tim Waters. This is a marching drill routine which will feature the band's style of squad maneuvers.
left to right across the TV screen, it's Julie Deckard, Amy Patterson, head majorette Tammy Troyer, Tara Ackley, and Chris Zambrio. The title of the song, Senior Smoke by Jim Swearingen. John Chambers, and the final show song tonight will be the song Crown Imperial, the Lake High School Marching Band. Take a look at other action around the area tonight. Our scoreboard brought to you by the Greater Canton AFL-CIO Council, reminding you that
Stephen, and Randy Ramsey,
producing and directing,
along with the fine folks of Image Video. The Lake Blue Streaks off to a 4-0 start. State ranked, second in the region in Division II. Led by Matt Christopher, their outstanding running back and linebacker. Here's a young man, a senior, 3-year starter, who leads the team in rushing with over 500 yards, leads the team in scoring with 7 touchdowns, and is the team's leading tackler on defense with 42, and that's only in 4 games. And Glenn Willie, you look at Matt Christopher, he's like a man playing among boys. He's got to be one of the best players, not only in Stark County, but in northeastern Ohio.
Oh, definitely. We had a chance to take a look at him when Lake met Hoover, and he's a steamroller. The steamroller is the best way to describe him. Big kid, and you can't talk about Lake football unless you're going to first talk about Matt Christopher.
We will pause and be back with more of the pregame story here at Lake right after this timeout.
Screens.
Kevin Stoudemire is the deep man, number 30.
And Wooster nothing.
Back with the performance by the Blue Streak Marching Band right after this word.
Rick Shaw, the head.
Majorette is Tammy Troyer.
David Kennedy is the band's announcer. The song is Payload. Lake High School Marching Band. Now the band showcases its marching style by performing a marching routine to the tune, Come Back to Me. Selection from the Lake High School Marching Band will be the song Stiletto by Bill Locklear. The Majorettes will be featured on this performance, and they are Chris Sombrio, Tara Ackley, Tammy Troyer, Amy Patterson, and Julie Deckard. Marching Band, and with the permission of our producer tonight, Mr. Randy Ramsey, we'll use the Lake High School Band's final song of Crown Imperial as our background music.
as we turn to our Bank One Band Player of the Week feature. The outstanding players of each of these marching band units have been selected by band officials and their associates, and Bank One is honoring each of these achievers with a $100 donation to each of the schools in the award winner's name. Plus, each winner will receive a handsome plaque to commemorate this moment of distinction. It's all presented by the Bank of Distinction, Bank One.
Good evening. I'm Dennis Hosteller from Bank One's Public Square office. I am here tonight to congratulate Matt Young for having been chosen Band Member of the Week at the Wooster High School. Matt, on behalf of Bank One, I am proud to present this award to you. And in your name, I would like to present this $100 check to your band director, Mr. Adams, as a donation to the Wooster High School Band. Keep up the good work and have a great season.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Dan Taylor with Bank One's Uniontown office, and I'm here today to congratulate Stephen Timms for having been chosen Band Member of the Week at Lake High School. On behalf of Bank One, Stephen, I'm proud to present you with this award plaque for a job well done. Congratulations. And in your name, I'd like to present this $100 check to Band Director John Chambers as a donation to the Lake High School Band. Gentlemen, keep up the good work and congratulations. John?
Thank you.
Job well done.
From the Lake High School Blue Streak Band, we congratulate the outstanding tuba player, Steve Timms, and band director John Chambers. We also salute snare drummer Matt Young from the
and a trip to postseason play. We will pause and be back with the Lake High School Band after this from the Greater Canton AFL CIO Council.
My husband and I both work, and we're raising a family. We belong to unions that understand what we need. Say union yes!
That is Tammy Troyer. The song, Payload.
Watch and listen as the band executes to the Spanish sounds of Savada.
The song coming up now is Savada. It's a Spanish tune, and this drill will feature a sequence which showcases the squad style of maneuvers ranging from the 20 to the 20. The Lake High School Marching Band. band will be joined by the cheerleaders and the pom-pom girls for a dance routine in cooperation with those units and their leaders, the cheerleader advisor Ty Weir and the pom-pom advisor Nancy Rouser. I want to thank the public address announcer here at Blue Streak Stadium, who in turn is thanking us for our coverage here at halftime, an outstanding halftime show by both the Lake and Jackson marching bands. Are also thanking us and the fine folks of Bank One for their Band Person of the Week awards, and that's a good segue to pause and be back with that feature right after these words of interest.
Watch and listen as the Lake Band continues tonight's halftime show as they step into motion to execute a drill routine to the upbeat sounds of Coming Alive.
last song, Coming Alive, written by Jim Swearingen. The first tune, El Gato Fieto. The Lake High School Marching Band under the direction of John Chambers, Dennis Sarver, and Mick Shaw. The majorette advisor, Tammy Stutzman. Head majorette, Julie Deckert, joined by fellow majorettes, Pression Smyers, Brittany Wetzel, Amber Thies, Heather Tucker, and Megan McCartney. Deckard finding a new way to stay warm, twirling the flaming baton. For the final number, the traditional Crown Imperial, the Lake High School Blue Streak Marching Band.
It's on the camera table.
Well, we've seen a lot of fine halftime shows during our travels this season, and this one would have to be right up there near the top. The Lake High School Marching Band, the Jackson High School Marching Band. Back with Vic Steffens' halftime numbers right after this timeout.
It's the
Pro Football Hall of Fame parade in just a moment.
They're the reigning kings of rock and roll, Queen.
We will rock you.
It's an exclusive peek at rock's unstoppable showman.
I think we had very little idea of what was going to happen.
Join our star-studded 20th birthday bash.
Totally camp and outrageous.
Queen, the days of our lives.
Saturday at 3 on TV8.
We like Cleveland sights and sunny days, going places and double plates. We like OG and rock and roll. Good friends of Cleveland's own. The time is now. The feel is great. The look of Cleveland is TV8. The look of TV8. The look of Cleveland is TV8. The look is TV8.
Hi,
I'm Lori Vick. If you're young or just young at heart, then the Free Children's Peace Fair is for you. On Sunday, August 4th, from 1 to 6 at the Tri-C West Campus, kids of all ages will have a chance for hands-on fun, learning more about themselves and the exciting world around them. So join me Sunday, August 4th at the Free Children's Peace Fair for a day of fun the whole family will enjoy. Co-sponsored by Physicians for Social Responsibility and TV8.
The United Way recently made dreams come true by inviting 400 of Northeast Ohio's young people to a Cleveland Browns mini-camp at the stadium. This day full of fun brought motivation and encouragement from Browns players and a chance to practice on the field with the pros. We salute the Cleveland Browns mini-camp sponsors for giving these young people a positive and special day they'll never forget. TVA thanks the United Way for taking the time to care.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1991 Professional Football Hall of Fame Grand Parade in Canton, Ohio. I'm Mark Koontz along with Helen O'Connell, and we have got the Ohio State Award now coming up, and this particular float is called the Wizard of Oz. Its sponsor, the Hoover Company, built entirely by Hoover Company volunteers at their North Canton, Ohio warehouse. This action-packed float features characters we all know and love from the Showtime magic of the Wizard of Oz. Live mums form the yellow brick road. Moss and flowers adorn the hillsides, and the crabapple trees fill the forests in this colorful float. You can almost pretend that that's up in the mountains somewhere, Helen,
sure
rather than riding along Cleveland Avenue. Special thanks to the Hoover Company, the #1 name in floor care around the world, for a very special float built by very special people. And riding on this 50-foot float are the children of Hoover employees and of the float building volunteers. Gorgeous float.
That is. That's beautiful. Makes you want to run right out and sweep the carpet.
The hours and hours of time and the months it takes to build those.
Oh,
absolutely
look at
fantastic.
The Green High School Marching Band from Green, Ohio. The director is James Mitzel. The 80-member strong Green High School Bulldog Marching Band is wearing their new uniforms, consisting of white shirts for auxiliary members, orange shirts for the instrumentalists, with black pants with silver lining and white shoes. This corps-style marching band boasts state superior ratings. Famous Green High School alumni are Dick Goddard of TV8 in Cleveland and Mark Progan, the current NCAA steeplechase champion and a strong candidate for a gold medal at the 1992 Olympics. How about that? Wow.
Next, we welcome the general chairman of this year's Hall of Fame Festival, Manny Paradises. Riding along with Manny is his daughter, Patricia. Manny, with the support of his wife, Evelyn, is a veteran festival committeeman and was general vice chairman of last year's festival. Manny is president of Citizens Savings here in Canton, which has been serving Stark County residents for over 100 years. Manny, a job well done.
McCafferty's Hitch from West Farmington, Ohio. McCafferty's horses are the world's only pure white draft horses. The breeding of these horses began in 1973 with registered Belgian mares to white stallions and Percheron mares. This group has appeared in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Cotton Bowl Parade, and this is their 8th appearance in the Hall of Fame Parade. Welcome back.
They have been around for a long time, and I'll tell you, the horses are just gorgeous, and all the detail of the wagon absolutely outstanding, and they're rolling their way down Cleveland Avenue on what is absolutely a gorgeous weekend here. The weather could not be finer for a parade. As a matter of fact, I think this is the best weather we've had in years.
I told you I brought it.
Hall of Fame Festival Grand Parade. That's what you brought us from Southern California.
Yes.
Next, we have the Queen's Float, the sponsor, the American Floral Marketing Council. The builder, Bill Parker. The designer was Bob Freeze. The Hall of Fame court, consisting of Queen Robin Patterson, and her court consisting of Alexis Benzo, Micah Berg, Noel Brooker, Angela Laubacher, and Kendra Miller. They're riding upon the float featuring all fresh flowers, and aren't they beautiful? The flowers used on this float include hot pink roses, orange carnations, purple statice, pink carnations, orange lilies, and purple pom-poms. With such a variety of flowers, this is one of the most colorful floats featured in today's parade. The American Floral Marketing Council of Alexandria, Virginia, the sponsor of the Queen's Float, is a national organization promoting flowers and plants in the Queen and her court. I've had the opportunity to work with them all week long with the various events as a part of Hall of Fame Festival Week. What a great bunch of gals we have this year, and their proud ride down Cleveland Avenue. We welcome them, and we hope they just have a magnificent day.
Look at you. Oh, there's a favorite of mine. Lee Merriweather and Marshall Borden, her husband. Lee is a former Miss America and a star of both the stage and the screen, and what a wonderful lady she is. Perhaps Lee is most famous for her television roles on Mission Impossible and Barnaby Jones. She is currently starring in the television show The Munsters Today, which will be beginning its 3rd season this fall. And Lee's husband, Marshall Borden, has appeared in film, television, on Broadway, and in regional theaters throughout the United States.
And we welcome the Norton High School Band from Norton, Ohio, up in Summit County. Their director is Patrick Santelli. The Panther Marching Band boasts 120 members with 97 players, 2 majorettes, 4 color guards, 15 members of the Flag Corps, and 2 special drum majors. This is their first appearance of their new uniforms, consisting of black jackets with an insignia over the heart, a sequin sash and cape, and also helmets with plumes on them and white pants. We'd like to take a listen now to the Norton High School Band. More of the Pro Football Hall of Fame parade coming up in just a moment.
Presenting the Hoover Elite 2 Upright with attached hose and tools. It's the crevice finding, blind minding, shelf dusting, dirt busting, rug beating, carpet cleaning, far reaching, dirt seeking, tool bearing, hose wearing, power packing, nothing lacking, ultimate cleaning machine. Hoover invented it. See all the Hoover Uprights with attached tools, starting at the earth-shaking, groundbreaking price of $99. Value. Hoover invented that too.
What is reality?
You talking to me?
It's what you see.
Relativity. An object traveling.
Hello, Lawrence. That's reality. Repeat the question.
Why don't you tell me what reality is?
It's what I wear.
You got a problem with that? Traveling at the speed of light.
Hello, Lawrence. Reality. Now you can wear the look of the NFL. That's reality.
Oh, reality. Simply stated, that's
Pro Line. Wear what the pros wear.
Still can't hear.
Pro Line.
Now that's reality.
I remember once, I was 12 years old, the wind was so strong a big old willow tree over there was bent almost in half. We stood at the living room window and we watched in amazement. Well, we had a lot to learn about severe weather safety. Could be that's why it's so important to me that we all learn about it.
He grew up with our weather. Maybe that's why so many Clevelanders have grown to trust News Center 8's Dick Goddard. He's not just another weatherman, he's one of their own.
Our Time to Care partner, the East Ohio Gas Company, wants to see our neighborhoods improve and grow. That's why they recently gave a $10,000 Neighborhood Enrichment Award to the Detroit Shoreway Community Development Organization. East Ohio Gas commends this nonprofit group for redeveloping the historic Gordon Square Arcade. We salute the East Ohio Gas Company for encouraging others to make our neighborhoods beautiful. TV8 thanks East Ohio Gas for taking the time to care.
We'd like to welcome you back. The breeze has picked up. The sunshine is out. It is early on this Saturday morning. I don't think we could have had better parade weather if we'd have ordered it up at about 6 months ago and said, hey, this is exactly what we wanted. It's beautiful here today. And we want to welcome Helen O'Connell with us. Helen, we have another great float here. Hooray for Hollywood.
Hooray for Hollywood. This is the Hall of Fame Board of Trustees Award, the most original concept, sponsored by Fisher's Foods and Procter & Gamble. Batman, the caped crusader driving the Batmobile, pulls Hooray for Hollywood, a glittering float representing 5 famous film classics. Featured are Union and Confederate soldiers from Gone with the Wind, Mary Poppins and a Chimney Sweep, and Darth Vader and R2-D2 from Star Wars. I think that's Margaret Whiting singing. Atop the Hall of Fame dome is King Kong, still holding Fay Ray and still pursued by animated biplanes whizzing overhead. How about that one?
You bet. We'd like to welcome our next 1991 Hall of Fame enshrinee, Tex Schramm. Tex Schramm has played a dynamic role in professional football during the past 44 years, beginning his NFL career as the publicity director of the Los Angeles Rams in 1947. Tex advanced to the ranks and was general manager of the Rams until 1957. Tex Schramm joined the Dallas Cowboys at the time of the team's inception in 1960. Tex is escorted today by his presenter, former NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle. Next, the Washington High School Tigers Swing Band, my hometown from Massillon, Ohio. They're directed by Chris Smith. The Tiger Swing Band has performed in dozens of national parades, competitions, and pro football games, as well as appearing in every Hall of Fame parade since the beginning. The band, wearing their school colors of orange and black, includes 150 players, 9 majorettes, and the Obi mascot wearing a real tiger skin. Massillon Washington High School is where Paul Brown of Browns and Bengals fame started his coaching career. Chris Spielman of the Detroit Lions is one of the many well-known graduates of Massillon's Washington High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tiger Swing Band. Times I used to sit in Paul Brown Tiger Stadium and listen to that. Boy, I'll tell you, that's great.
Bernie Casey. Here comes Bernie Casey. He is a former wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers from 1961 to 1966 and the Los Angeles Rams in 1967 and 1968. This year's Hall of Fame Festival's featured artist, Bernie's artwork has been on display at the Canton Art Institute. The exhibit is entitled A View from the Garden, and it pertains in part to the Garden of Eden. And his collection of artwork will remain on display at the Canton Art Institute through August 25th. You go see it.
The El Ballet Folclorico of Santa Maria, located in Phoenix, Arizona. This particular dance group is making its second appearance in the Pro Football Hall of Fame parade this year. Ranging from 23 years of age to 44, they are the official governor representatives for the state of Arizona, performing throughout the United States. This particular unit features not only talented dancers, but colorful, authentic Mexican costumes. They have performed in the Fiesta Bowl parade, the Sun Bowl parade, the 4th of July parade in Philadelphia, and also at Disneyland, and we welcome them to Canton, Ohio.
Isn't it colorful?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Wow, Zoe. But they can dance, too.
They do a lot of traveling all across the country and are just excellent representatives.
Uh-huh. Well, Mighty Mouse.
There he comes.
Yeah. Sponsored by the Canton Rotary Club. Here he comes to save the day. It's Mighty Mouse, grown to giant-sized proportions. Towering over 65 feet from head to toe, Mighty Mouse is here to prove crime never pays. Mighty Mouse, another Kemp Balloons creation, takes 6,693 cubic feet of helium and 30 balloon handlers for him to rocket to the skies. He's sponsored by the Canton Rotary Club, who are active in many civic and charitable projects throughout the greater Canton area, and are proud sponsors of Mighty Mouse in today's parade.
He's going to have to kind of bend down as he goes under that traffic light up there. And those handlers have quite a job, because this is a very long parade route here. This is not a short parade route by any stretch of the imagination. And they've got their hands full, and the breeze is picked up now.
Hi!
But they're having a great time. It's a day that they never will forget. And he's kind of right over the television booth right now. There he goes. He's up to about the 4th or 5th floor of the Ohio Power Building now. Maybe we can take a shot of that and see him just kind of float on by. There we go.
Save me, save me. Oh, he's glorious.
And next is the Perry High School Marching Band from Massillon, Ohio. Their director is Roger A. Hall. And the Perry Panthers have participated in every Hall of Fame parade. Number 155 in all. Perry is well known for its military style. The black, white, and gold Panthers have been consistent award winners in state music competitions. Let's take a listen now as the Panthers march on down Cleveland Avenue on a gorgeous weekend in the Hall of Fame city. We'll have more of the Pro Football Hall of Fame parade in just a moment.
Okay, here's the point. Through August 3rd at your Chevy Geo Network dealer, you can save a bundle on a Geo, like Geo Storm, the Geo that really goes. Right now, it's going for a lot less after $1,000 cash back and $500 first-time buyer bonus. Geo Tracker goes almost anywhere, and right now it'll go home with you carrying $750 cash back and $500 first-time buyer bonus. But time is running out, so hurry to your Chevy Geo Network dealer, because after August 3rd, these big discounts are gonna stop.
And I'm Michael Stanley. And on the next Cleveland Tonight, we'll meet V.I.
Wachowski. Tough name. Tough detective. Portrayed by Kathleen Turner in a hot new action film. Tune in for a preview.
Couldn't take all that unfinished business on Dynasty? Never fear, a miniseries is here to tie up loose ends, and we'll take you behind the scenes.
And we'll visit with Gloria Estefan.
All on the next Cleveland Tonight.
Get in the swing of things, and you could win $1 million.
That's right. TV8 and McDonald's are sponsoring a golf event with a $1 million prize.
It's the Ronald McDonald's Children's Charity $1 Million Hole-in-One Challenge, with proceeds benefiting MDA.
You could win this beautiful fur.
Airline tickets to anywhere in the USA.
Or a resort vacation.
Watch Cleveland Tonight or go to McDonald's for details.
Just think of it. One swing and you could be a millionaire.
We would like to welcome you back, everyone. You know, one of the interesting things when you're viewing the Hall of Fame parade, you like to sit on different tiers of different buildings. That's a parking garage up by West Tusk and Cleveland Avenue, and I think they got about the best seat in the house. Now,
yeah, they can have it. I'm not going up there.
You see the balloon? I told you a while ago that they were going to absolutely have to pull Mighty Mouse down there all the way so they could get him under that traffic light, and there he goes up again. I think the wind is catching him at this point.
He made it. He made it. Well, ticket to Showtime Magic.
This is Showtime Magic. There's no question about that.
And this is sponsored by The Repository. The Repository, Stark County's largest and only daily newspaper, is proud to be a part of the 1991 Hall of Fame Parade. And this year's float showcases Ticket, the new Repository Entertainment Guide. And who's more appropriate? I know, but not yet. I didn't see him yet. There he is now. My goodness. Who's more appropriate to capture Showtime Magic than the master showman himself, Elvis, portrayed by Canton's own Cody Storm. Cody, or is it Elvis, is flanked by 10-feet silver guitars, while in the background, Presley hits are played. Do you think he's really singing that?
I think he is.
I bet you he is.
Yeah, I think he is.
They're only taking pictures from the waist up of him? Is that it? Elvis wouldn't have liked that.
The final 1991 Hall of Fame enshrinee is Jan Stenerud. Jan Stenerud excelled for 19 seasons in the NFL as a place kicker with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Green Bay Packers, and the Minnesota Vikings. With 1,699 career points, Jan Stenerud ranks second only to the fabled George Blanda in all-time scoring. His 373 career field goals are an all-time high. In the Chiefs' upset victory over the Vikings in Super Bowl IV, Jan kicked 3 field goals, including a 48-yarder. Once again, Jan Stenerud, welcome to Canton on your day. Heading to the enshrinement at the Pro Football Hall of Fame on the steps of the Hall of Fame, which is coming up after the Grand Parade ends. That's the next event.
Lake High School Marching Band from Uniontown, Ohio, and the director is John Chambers. The blue, gray, and red marching Blue Streaks have performed in many locales, including Disney World in 1988 and again this year. This swing-style band consists of approximately 120 members, and the band has received superior ratings at both the district and state contests. They don't have any mutes in those horns.
No, it's a crisp and very clear morning, and the bands are certainly playing their hearts out today.
A lot of lung power there.
Yankee Doodle Dandy from Ohio Bell, an Ameritech company. Let's welcome Yankee Doodle Dandy officially, the embodiment of the American spirit and patriotism for generations through.